Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing today? I would like to welcome you guys to a Cell Squad debate, as well as informational stream, as well as all of our opinions will not be the same. We are not here to argue with each other, but me, Chase, Trey, Raunchy are here to just talk about the hashtag that's been floating around for the last 48 hours, and it's already trending if you're in the 2K community. It's a hashtag make 2K free. Now, of course, last night I was very bored. I was streaming on Twitch, and I basically told my entire Twitch chat that I'm just going to reply to tweets for the next 2 hours and talk about the state of 2K and the direction it's going, and why people are butthurt, and why different changes need to be made. But making 2K free to play is not actually the answer, and it's not the solution. But before we get into it, guys, say something.
What it is, what's going down, chat? What's the vibe?
Hello, friends.
Hello.
I'm here for y'all. Forgive what may be said. I'm gonna just say one thing. Anybody who watching or listening, people need to take their emotions out of discussions. It ruins the opportunity for you to hear and speak to other people. People get way too emotional about stuff that's not even that serious. Just because somebody don't agree with you, don't mean they're stupid. Just listen. Go ahead, though.
That was beautiful segue into Raunchy has been recently talking for like the last 3 hours inside of well, it ain't really been 3 hours, has it?
Like 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours. All right, so he was inside of a Twitter space being hosted by your boy Stacks. And
shout out to Stacks, bro. We love you, Stacks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and Stacks were fighting somewhat of the same battle last night on Twitter. And the funny thing is, I noticed Stacks within my replies, but I was like, all right, I like his points. His points are really, really good. I don't even need to reply to those until I realized, nigga, that's Stacks. He's literally saying the same thing I am. And we ended up in the same thread with two people that we just could not get our point across. And they just were calling us out, calling us all kinds of names. And what I want to tell y'all, for, all the people that are in here early, that when debating or even a heated argument with somebody over a video game or anything that you are not directly tied to, that does not change your life's direction at any point, you can't get mad at that person or those group of people and then use comments like, oh, well, you get paid to play 2K, or you can afford to pay for microtransactions, or what was the craziest thing that somebody said to me? Somebody said,
why is that? Why are they wrong for saying that, though?
Because they use that as a cop-out. For instance, somebody told me that I only talk good about 2K because I'm under contract and they're paying me. As in, like, I'm being paid to be silenced.
But we had this conversation. You know why they're saying that, though?
Because of their perception, right?
Because of people's perception about YouTubers, content creators, streamers, is we are past the point of being able to trust people at face value, because too many times they've been let down when they found out that people are promoting scam culture items, or they've been paid to say certain stuff. It's come out numerous times. So already off rip, a lot of people just don't trust what comes out of content creators' mouths. So when they see that there's people who are partnered or they do deals with companies, they're already probably not going to trust you off rip anyway. So that does matter. I don't want to say their point's not valid. That can't be their only point, though. If that's your only point and you're not willing to actually discuss further than that, then you're the problem. But if that is your point amongst other stuff, I can understand their concerns when they see that, because it is different when somebody is receiving, either monetary things or opportunities from a company. It's different. And we're not going to, we'd be irresponsible to act like in the video game space that some people have not been paid to be silenced, because a lot of people who have been critical about things, one day they're less, and then they're less and less, and then they're not at all because of those reasons. You stand to lose a lot from speaking out against the game. And I'm gonna just say this because I know I went over for a minute. The other problem, though, is that people don't remember the 50 times you say something's wrong with a game. They remember the 4 or 5 times you defended the game, and if they're new and that's the first time they see you, they think you do that all the time. These are all. This is all part of the problem.
Yeah, but Chase, bro. But I'm listen. I've been around a long time. I used to come from the Madden community. Me and you know we can name 2 people.
Yeah.
We can name somebody that did that. But the thing is, that's not every creator. And the problem
It's not.
But the problem is, bro, they lump every time when you are a creator, and if you say something that go against them, you're sponsored by 2K.
You're right.
By 2K, you that.
Y'all are right.
Honestly.
Yeah, but again, if they feel as though people who are paid by the brand have a different agenda, they, even right or wrong, they have a right to feel like that, and they may not. It may look different when that person has a different opinion, regardless. I'm just saying why somebody would get messages like that. I don't want to write off somebody if they say, yo, they get paid to say that. You know what I mean? Right or wrong, because in some cases they're right, some cases they're not. It just may mean more to them to hear from people who don't have any horse in the race. That's all I'm saying.
Now, from my standpoint on that, Chase, is that I'm here solely to defend my honor. Now, if anybody else in the 2K community doesn't want to defend their own honor, then that's on them. But I'm here to defend mine. And what I'm telling you, Chase, and everybody else on social media, YouTube videos, just comment sections, period. iPod has always stood on what he stood on. His cloth is cut different. I have been saying the same shit for over a decade. There's countless videos, countless tweets, countless.
How much is this game worth, iPod?
How much is the game worth?
Well, you didn't get in trouble. They don't know that you got in trouble before.
But see, this is the thing.
We're not gonna get into details, but they don't know that.
But look though, see how you label it getting in trouble? I label it me being me and standing on what I stand on. See, I don't complain out here in these streets when me and 2K not fucking with each other. I don't get out here and make bashing videos or make sub tweets. I stand on what I stand on. How much is this game worth? Is it valuable to you as a consumer? What can we do to change the narrative? What can we do to make the game better? That's always what I stand on. What I do in my business practices ain't got nothing to do with tweeters. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no, I know this.
So when that's why what I'm saying right now is I'm here to defend my honor, because my honor comes into question when I say you guys can't be pleased. Let's be honest. No one out there paying any money for anything can be pleased. For instance, if I decide, hey, I want to buy a Gucci belt for the first time, and then when I buy my Gucci belt and it gets shipped to my house, all of a sudden I'm looking at the Gucci belt and some of the threading is off on a $500 belt that I just bought, I'm pissed. Am I right? Would you be pissed, Chase, if your threading was off for a $500 belt you just bought? And you like, yo, this is supposed to be pristine. This is supposed to be top of the line shit here. Why is this stitching the fuck off? You sending it back. You writing a complaint. You fuck around and write corporate. Where did this shit get shipped from? I need to know the details. And what is Gucci going to do? They're going to say, you know what? We're sorry. They're going to give you a little discount code for you to spend more money with them. You know what I mean? And they're going to resend you a new belt. Am I correct?
You are correct. I don't know if I would use clothes as simplistic as they are.
But what I'm saying is, it's just it falls into all categories of like
satisfaction.
As a consumer, you want to have a level of satisfaction from what you get when you pay your money for it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Because I'm a consumer, you a consumer, Trey's a consumer, Ron's a consumer, everybody in the chat is a consumer. We all want a certain level of satisfaction. And I'm telling you, at certain points, we are not pleased with shit. For instance, last year, what happened in season 9? Soon as the season started and we seen the rewards, where was my headspace? Do you remember?
You didn't like the rewards.
And why didn't I like them?
They were underwhelming rewards. And I think everybody who missed all those other rewards were able to get the stuff that y'all grinded for as well.
Exactly. So at one point, I was completely pissed with 2K, completely upset because the grind felt like it wasn't worth it, because everybody who didn't grind was able to get all those rewards at the end of that last season. So it's everybody from every walk of life will be mad at 2K for something.
Right. But the thing is, though, two things. The first thing is we talked about this. The optics for your tweet weren't good, and I told you that earlier.
Right. And chat, I'm gonna pull up the tweet I got.
Because let me just explain. So what was going on is there's a conversation amongst a lot of the people in the community, content creators of all sizes, people who could afford to get $100 worth of VC any day they want, people who can't. That conversation was, okay, let's one, make the game free and or do something to make the VC better. But Carter's tweet did not seem to be, it seemed to be detracting from that point, although that may not have been his intentions. I tried to explain to him why people came at him the way they did, because his tweet, the way it was worded, looks like a direct counter to what they're trying to work on over there. Whether or not their intentions were where people think they are, it was a bad look. And as far as the satisfaction goes, that comes down to a company, even if people will never be satisfied, working towards satisfying a group of individuals is important, regardless of you knowing whether it's possible or not. At no point do you say they're never going to be happy, so let me just stop putting effort in. I don't want to actually have that be a narrative that's safe, because it's not. When y'all grind for those rewards this year and last year, all year long like that, y'all have a right to not be satisfied with the rewards that are given at the end of the game. Why? Because they have set a standard before that was better than that. And you can't always do better than your past every time, but sometimes people can do better than what they did. And that was a fair assessment from the community. Why would you spend that many hours? Also, people felt cheated because had people known what those rewards would have been, they maybe would not have spent that much time and money on the game. And honestly, they felt finesse. There's nothing wrong with that. We all see some of the stuff that's been going on. People feel a little bit cheated. And that's really what the conversation is. Whether the game goes in the direction of free to play or VC, something needs to be done about the game. It's not, I don't think it's fair for enough people. And this is why they're saying it. The gameplay could be 10 times better than what people think it is. And they're still going to have gripes with the game. And some of them are justified, some of them are not. But I don't think it's fair when you say in one of your tweets to don't play the game, because there's no way for people to get another basketball experience because there's a monopoly. That's all. And like Carter, my brother, but that's one of the first things I told him in a private Discord message. Like, I don't know if the way you worded this tweet was it. I told him it was his worst tweet of all time. He'll tell you.
He did.
Yeah, we will. Like the thing is, this is like we all brothers in here. But understand something. If Carter can't call me and tell me I'm tripping, or if Raunchy can't call Trey, it's a problem. And I told him that. I understand where his heart is, but the way that message looked, it came off. If it came off like that to me, I can't imagine what it looked like to some of the other people. And that's really what the conversation came from, and that's why we're on here right now.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I got the original tweet that started all of this up. We have other tweets that we'll be bringing up, but you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about those in a second. So basically, before this got trending, I was kind of like on it early on, and I just was seeing a lot of content creators pushing the narrative about 2K should be a free game, right? Now, from my experience as a mobile gamer, as a console gamer, and somewhat of a PC gamer, some free-to-play games are not always the best solution, because the paywalls that can come from free-to-play games could be insurmountable. Now, understand that if 2K is having you pay $70 for a next-gen console game, and you're spending about $100 for your build to be upgraded day one, best believe if that game is free, I'm not saying that the price would double for your mod player, but they have to pay somebody. And with them having to pay somebody, price is going to have to go up somewhere if they make the actual game free. Now, within...
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Yo, basic business, basic stocks for somebody, because 2K is a publicly traded company.
Mm-hmm.
If you go out for your quarterly earnings call and make the exact amount of money that you made last year, more times than not, your stock prices fall and your investors are extremely upset. Now, I know y'all don't want to hear that because we consumers, we don't want to hear that. But at the end of the day, that's the main reason why they continue to do it. So let's say, for example, they take off the $70, $60 price tag on the games. But that means that's a whole lot of income that they're going to have to make up, because for the quarterly meeting, their income is going down. The investors will be unhappy. So guess what they're going to do if you check out that $6 price tag? All they're going to do is move the profit that they used to make over into the microtransactions and do it just like that. It's the same way when the government puts taxes on, let's say, for example, things coming from China. If I'm a company and I gotta pay those taxes, guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna pay it. I'm gonna just increase my price of my product so the consumer can pay it. So if y'all take 2K and make it a free game, you're still gonna pay that $60 in the back end. I promise you will. It's basic business.
It is basic business, but people may not have to risk $70 of their own money to find out if the game is worth any additional money. And the whales, let's be very clear. Whales drive sales on most of everything we consume. Even on a smaller scale, people that get donations from their viewers on various platforms, you'll see the same people a lot of the times donating big amounts of money. They make up for the vast majority of what a lot of people make. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We have 1,000 ideas for how they can make a free-to-play 2K work, but it's never going to happen.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know how, unless you, bro. 2K is not the kind of game that run in a free-to-play format, bro.
I'm telling you, there are ways for them to do it and have it be fair, but the reality is that they are not. And here's the thing, and this is very important, Carter. Go ahead and show them that Take-Two article in there, just so they know I'm not just pulling this out my ass. Okay. So the important thing to talk about when we're talking about 2K going free to play is this is the problem. I think at the core, everybody would be able to agree with a couple things. Free to play or not, I think there's stuff that 2K could do, period, to make people not feel like they getting ripped off, period. Whether that's free to play, them stuff doing with VC, that's a whole separate conversation. But one of the main problems, and I don't know how much the 2K's money is wrapped up in this. All I know is here's an article right here that tells you that the publishing company, Take-Two, which 2K is under, the bonus, the CEO's bonus is tied to microtransactions. What that means is the more money we all spend in game, that affects how much of a bonus the CEO gets. A lot of these bonuses and stuff don't necessarily go to devs. They don't go to staff people and stuff like that. This is a reason why a company like Activision a couple years ago can record a record-breaking year for revenue and then fire 1,200 people at the same time, only to rehire that many more people because they didn't have enough staff people. This is the problem right here. The game has progressively gotten more experience, and I wish somebody in the chat would type, it's because games are more expensive to make. Miss me with that shit. The games may be more expensive, but not as much as we're paying in the game, period. People cannot gloss over the fact that these dudes are getting bonuses because we spend money in the game. They have now an incentive. And also, if people who are watching did not know, GTA is also one of these studios under the Take-Two umbrella. There's a reason why we keep getting GTA 5 over and over and over again. Shark cards and all these microtransactions from the game go to bonuses for CEOs and other people who don't even play video games. So, to Trey's point, you go free to play. We have great ideas for how to make it work. I just strongly feel that they will not be implemented correctly, because how many times has the community had good ideas or thoughts, they implement them, and we like, whoa, I know we said we wanted this, but we didn't mean like this. I think it will be the same thing. I'm going to say with 100% confident that I would be afraid if a game like Madden or 2K announced that it's free to play, because I know something's going on. As a matter of fact, because we do like reactions and stuff before the game comes out, they had announced that the animations and clothes will be shared across all bills and people celebrate it. In that video, I said, y'all celebrating, but they gonna get their money somehow. They will always figure out a way to get their money, because if you don't make your shareholders happy, they'll sue you.
Yep.
Hey, chat. Can somebody type how much the new Canada Goose bubble coat was inside the 2K store? This was probably the most played. Well, not even played. This is probably the most time I've seen anyone shop in 2K in all of its history. Every park that I loaded into the entire day of the start of season 3, everybody was in that store shopping for the Canada Goose bubble coats. And it's beyond me that I was a person in real life looking at Canada Goose to get one of their coats IRL. But of course, me being me who I am, I went the cheaper way out. I went to American Eagle and got me one of the little puffer coats for $80-something. Those goddamn Canada Goose coats are like $900 to $1,100, bro. You know what I'm saying? So in 2K, they're super costly. Chat, does anybody know how much those puffer coats are in 2K? I don't know if it's 25 or if it's 35 KVC. I need to know because I know that the camo one was the most expensive, but I can't remember the actual VC cost. 26,000, Romaine, thank you. So they dropped a black coat, a red coat, a green coat, a camo coat. They dropped 4 coats, and I guarantee you there's probably thousands of people who got all 4 coats and the vests included. They also dropped vests as well and other merch. So when we talk about, 2K needing to be free, what we all have to realize is we have to open our eyes and say, yo, the microtransactions in video games, period. 2K, all of them, they are egregious. You know what I mean? And we use other games in our arguments about 2K and why it should be better. We shouldn't be arguing about a battle royale versus a sports game. We shouldn't be making those battles because in battle royales, there is no paid way to make your gameplay better. But Chase does have a point that he's going to make after I get done with this. But most of the time they're paying for skins and cosmetic things. But I went on to Call of Duty's game last night on the new Call of Duty, and I counted at least 7 different packages that were all 2,600 COD points. We did the math. It costs about $1 for 100 COD points. That means that people are spending $26 for a package, $16 for a package, $13 for a package, $12 for a package, $15 for a package. And I even seen that after you buy the base edition of the game of COD, there is an option to upgrade within the said game to get everything that people bought in the Vault edition for $30. So when we tell you that these games, these companies are going to get their money regardless of what you want in a free game or whatever the case may be, that's the argument that we shouldn't be arguing. We should be arguing microtransactions as a whole, because those are the things that are killing us. Those are the paywalls that are making us second guess everything, and it's fucking us over. Now, Chase, you was telling me that there was a gun inside of Cold War. Several guns. Please elaborate on that.
Okay, so Call of Duty's different. 2K, you create a build. You intend to use that build for a good part of the year, if not the whole year. Call of Duty slowly releases content as the year goes. Oh man, I'm gonna tell y'all some egregious stuff that Activision has, by the way. They, we all ran into weapons on Black Ops 4, 3, Cold War that you had to buy, and some of those weapons were really good weapons, and you kept dying from that shit. And you felt like I gotta have this gun. These people are getting on my nerves. This weapon is bullshit. So that is a thing. There are still what seems to be pay to win-ish things in other games. They sometimes go ignored when people talk about 2K. I just do want to point out the fact that, in my opinion, can't prove this. In my opinion, I think when a company decides that they're going to go free to play, in my opinion, I feel like the product has to speak more for itself, because they know they're not going to make the same amount of money. So I feel that they do better to try to make a game that makes people feel like they want to spend money. Now, there's exceptions to every single rule and every single thing we say on here all the time. But in my opinion, I think you send a different message to your fan base when you say, yo, we're going to go free to play, or free to play after we've been charging y'all. You send a different message to them. Now, it may just be some stuff that doesn't actually matter at the end of the day, but it may make people feel like, yo, you care, even though that might not be your intent at all. Your intent may be to get them on there and have them spend more money for clothes and stuff, because that's what we suspect will happen. Is if a game that we've been paying for does go free to play, especially in sports, and it's a progression system, that they're going to make their money through cosmetics and all of that stuff. The other thing is the Fortnite thing is rough, because Fortnite has made the industry look like liars every chance they got. However, their model unfortunately won't work for a lot of these other games. The reason Fortnite, first of all, Fortnite wasn't free at first. You know why? Because I bought the fucking game. They did not have Battle Royale. First of all, now once the Battle Royale came, they had no idea that shit was going to get as big as they got. But when you have a brand new game like that, you don't have to. It's a good idea if you believe in your product to make it free, because our product has no history. 2K has been out for like 23 years. This is an established brand. So it's not the same thing for them to make the game free to play to attract more people. It's been around for 2+ decades. Yes, it does help when there's a trial of a game or it's on Game Pass and PlayStation, new people come and check it out. I'm not going to argue that it doesn't. But that is definitely not the ultimate solution for the game. I would not be opposed to any model, free to play or to make the game more affordable, regardless, whatever works. But I just want to make sure people understand some of the ramifications of saying, oh, we're gonna make this free to play and that's it. Imagine us, the community, having a company change some shit and we just shut up. We'd be fools to think some shit like that's gonna happen. Something's gonna get fucked up. We're gonna find something else that's wrong with the game. So real quick, I'm gonna do this. Here's a couple of my proposals that I've ranted about before. All right. I don't think anybody can disagree with these. We can disagree about a lot of shit. All right. I've said 2 or 3 things that 2K should do to help people stretch their VC out. Number 1, this is ridiculous. When we get on 2K for the first time, they make you sign in with a fucking email. We all have 2K accounts. VC should be tied to your 2K account. What that means is it should be usable across all 2K products. That's number 1. If I get on Xbox and I'm using my same email, I should be able to use the same VC I bought on PlayStation or Nintendo Switch. That's number 1. Number 2, the VC that I earned on 2K23 should be on 2K24 because it should be tied to my account. Why the fuck did I earn 300,000 or buy 300,000 VC on 2K23? That is now just sitting there because I stopped playing the game, and when I get the new game, my VC is gone. The VC should be universal and tied to your account. I don't think any fucking person could come in here and argue against what I just said. See, solutions like that would be more helpful to people, and maybe people wouldn't feel like they needed to go to free to play route. But that's not a reality. That is a very simple thing they could do, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. If they started with something like that, that'll help people. Honestly, that is a very simple solution. They're not going to do it, but I would like to see that. Especially for the people who sit in Antioch and they go in there in the stage and go crazy and take everybody VC. These dudes should be millionaires on every 2K going forward. But instead, they get a new game and you all have made their VC $0. And honestly, for the people who play offline, they need to bring SP back. Simple.
Yes, agreed.
Skill points was probably one of the greatest things ever made. It was really ahead of its time, even though they created it with it first. I believe that there are a lot of games out there that don't just have one currency tied to it. And I believe that 2K should definitely be one of those games. For instance, we all know that 2K has 2 currencies in it. They have VC and they have myteam coins, right? Or points, or whatever you want to call them, right? Or MT, right? Mm-hmm. Why can't we bring SP back as something that is earned throughout all of what you play on the game? Now, of course, VC is for purchases. That shit should be for microtransactions only. VC should not be used to upgrade players that we're grinding.
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. No, it should not.
For whatever reason, when 2K took out SP, they had to basically replace the current system with something new because 2K13 came out. When 2K13 came out, 2K was at a crossroad on how do we get VC to be the biggest, baddest bitch ever made. They took away SP. And within taking away SP, everybody had to now learn this new currency, which is VC. But over the last 9 years, they have yet to bring it back. It's something that is so easy, literally the simplest thing.
It won't come back though, because this was the game plan. This is the game plan, bro. Just think about it like this, bro. 2K13 was Twitter introducing Twitter Blue, right? They needed one of the main problems with Twitter. It's a profitable thing. Well, it's not profitable, honestly. It's a big platform, but they needed people to start spending more money, right?
More
2K13,
consumers.
yeah, they need more consumers, right? With 2K11, major, booming, but all they got was that initial game sale and no more money, right? 2K12, same thing. 2K13 came around, that's when they implemented the VC. And slowly but surely, they took skill points out and started making VC more egregious. The reason why they will never implement skill points back into this game is because it goes against everything that they want to do with VC, and that's my problem. So, chat, listen, even though I'm telling y'all about the basics of business, I'm not trying to talk to y'all like y'all, so I'm just telling you what it is. Don't get it misconstrued. Don't forget my point. Let me tell you my side. I think what they doing right now is egregious. And fam, I'm to the point where I often say, bring on government regulation. Now, I'm not for government getting to know people's business like that, because when the government getting something, they often ruin some of the things that we love because they don't understand it. They don't get it. But the problem is, I've gotten to the point with video games, I want them to come in now, because eventually, hopefully, if the government comes in, at least we'll know this is the most that they can do, and it's nothing more than this. Right now, bro, video games, they will not regulate themselves. Each year, they continue to get more and more greedy. Fam, 2K is a glorified mobile game because they doing shit that I used to do on my phone, on Clash of Clans, on Clash Royale. Bro, you won't be able to grind your player unless you spend that money or you dedicate a month of your game, of a month of your goddamn life to make your player good. And by the time you make that player good, the meta has shifted, and now all of a sudden they ruin paint. Sorry, they ruin paint defenses. Yo, they ruin paint defense. Damn, I just made I just made a slash. Yo, they ruined driving. Damn, I just made the slash. This slash I just spent a month on is useless. $100. Now I gotta go grind again.
$100.
Yo, the game. Listen, everybody talking about make 2K make it free to play. That's not it, bro.
Man,
the problem is the industry.
VC.
It's the industry, bro. Yo, microtransactions is horrid. And it's broken in every space. I don't know a single game that's really doing it right, honestly, besides the ones that's cosmetic. Fam, this shit is bad, bro.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Let me say this though. So how about we combine the people who say they want free to play with the people who say it's not going to work? So the people who saying it's free to play, if I could combine that with what Carter said, that's the way they can make the game work. If microtransactions were only for cosmetics and they went free to play, and you had to upgrade your player with skill points, people would be able to grind builds and make builds and still not spend money on microtransactions. And then you can still have all the people who spend money for cosmetics, which there is a lot of them. Especially if they had the kind of content team to bring in cosmetics that, we see around with Fortnite and other games like that, I think people would be more than willing to spend money on that. But the idea that we spend VC to upgrade our character, I do like Carter's idea to get rid of that. If we have VC, if you want us to spend on animations and all that other stuff, that's a whole separate thing. But if we got skill points or something like that, I think that would be more fair for everybody. Everybody knows that the VC is too expensive. And this is why the conversation that we're having is ways for them to make the VC stretch longer and make it so that we don't have to spend as much money on VC. VC has been in the game for almost a decade, bro. It's been almost a decade now.
No,
it's been almost a fucking decade.
It is a decade.
And they honestly though, there's one way to stop it, but we won't be able to play basketball. There's one way to stop Madden, but you won't be able to play football. We don't have options in the market to go out and play. And when there is an option, people laugh at it, so it's not here anymore.
Laugh at it.
So
No.
anybody who is saying I want live, I hope and pray that you bought the last 2 NBA lives that were in existence and you spent money on there. Because me and anybody else who did not do that, we are part of the problem. There is no competition in the market. Therefore, people can just stomp all over us. This is why I don't understand why people celebrate the idea of PlayStation, Nintendo, or Xbox going away. We're going to get fucking shafted.
Yep.
Anybody who thinks these companies are here for us and not our money, you a damn fool.
Oh, God.
Honestly, there's a reason why stuff is the way it is. We just have to be realistic about it. We're going to have this whole conversation, and nobody in here is suggesting that anything's going to change. This is just a conversation about what's going on around the 2K community, because honestly, you can't really talk much about the game because the game hasn't changed much. You know, it is what it is, though.
Now, to piggyback off of that, Chase, it's great that you brought up the point about NBA Live, because as someone who worked on both games, as far as, you know, talking to the devs about, you know, certain situations and stuff like that, there has always been a trading war between EA and 2K. One year somebody will leave 2K to go to EA. One year somebody will leave EA to go to 2K. It's been like that. Yo, appreciate the $2, Rello. It's always been like that for like the last, I would say, well, of course.
Bro, where was all this energy at the 2K community?
Rello, I've always had this energy. But like I was saying, right? So this was happening from 2009 up until 2017. So this is what happened, right? You guys know people, you know, prominent devs and stuff like that, and people who have worked on the game, you know what I mean, like Mike Wang and stuff like that. I don't really need to name everybody like O'Gallagher and all them, but these guys had a job to do, and their job was deving. They were either ex-basketball players, ex-pro players, ex-coaches, stuff like that. Some people were coders and all of that nonsense. But what ended up happening was Live was basically going downhill, and everybody remembers when it was. And then Mike Wang was acquired by 2K. And within that time period, EA was struggling to find new devs. You know what I mean? Then when they came back, they tried to get new devs from 2K. You know what I mean? Then they battled back and got it like that. So it's always been an ongoing battle for the dev space as well. Because if you think about it, these dev teams are not huge. You guys might think that it's 170 people back there working their little hands off to make the game good. But I can tell you, bro, it's about 2 to 3 handfuls, bro, if that. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about 2 companies that used to split this because somebody would be on a 2-year deal for 2 years, and then the next thing you know, they over at 2K, or same vice versa for EA. So it's always been issues with that as well. You know what I mean? But to talk about, you know, the issues that need to be had with 2K, right? I've been saying this since 2019. 2K needs to be on like a 4-year sliding scale. Now, of course, a lot of people love games like GTA, and a lot of people hate games like GTA because it's the same exact game, right? But I believe with games like Fortnite and stuff like that, they've shown other development teams that you can come out with a product and build on top of that. Because there's no reason that in 2022 we should still be dealing with left, right cheese. And I'm gonna say that because I'm gonna put up a tweet on screen, because I need you guys to understand this. My man Troy, then, love him to death, cool guy. He put in 2022, there's no reason that NBA 2K23 should not be free to play. In 2022, we should not be dealing with problems from 2015. That's just facts. We are still dealing with bump steals. The hater of bump steals, get mad when I don't get a bump steal. We are dealing with like literal legacy issues in this video game that we've been dealing with for years. But we talk about wanting the game for free when the game is not even fixed enough for us to even want to play it if it was free. And the whole
but at least if it's free, you haven't invested your time. You haven't invested your actual physical resources to it, and you can just say, I'm not playing this because the gameplay's. That's what I'm saying about the free model suggests that if people aren't satisfied, then you make no money. I don't think companies want to open up the door for the potential for them to have players on their game that make no money. Even though dudes is buying these games on Game Pass when they show up, and the PlayStation Plus when they show up when they're late. And even though we got people ask for free to play games, that's game sharing. Even though those people exist, there still faces the reality that they make no money from people who decide that this gameplay is ass. So that's one of the reasons why people don't want to go to free to play, because you're not guaranteed money at any facet. At least if it's on PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, they've gotten money directly from Xbox or PlayStation for that to be available to that customer base. So there is some money there. But if you're game free to play and it's ass and people is not fucking with it, you make no dollars from those individuals. That's scary, bruh. Dudes ain't doing that shit. They not putting that on the line like that. Even though they make more money in the back end, there's no way to know that shit unless they do this for like 2 years.
Yep. Now peep this, Chase. Now what I have on screen is I have Trudin's tweet, right? And the reason why, chat, I originally went with my tweet, which says, so I see people talking about NBA 2K23 again. So y'all want a free game? What would that accomplish besides y'all saying that this free game y'all got is trash? Y'all can't be pleased at this point, right? The reason why I said that is because when Trudin tweeted out that the game should be free to play, all of the comments, mostly, I would say probably 93% of his comments, his replies, talked about the egregious prices of VC and microtransactions. Not many people that are big in this comment section talked about a free-to-play game. So the fact that everybody ran with the notion that, yes, 2K should be a free game because they're making us spend $70 before we even get into the builder, that's not the argument. The argument is the VC prices, the microtransactions. That is the argument. That's all that I was literally watching and looking at in these replies, bro. Everybody just talking about, yo, I got to spend $70. Then I got to spend $100. I'm spending $170 for one bill. Then if I want another bill, I got to spend another $100. It's like, bro.
Are they wrong?
They're not wrong, but they're how should I say, their focus was shifted.
Y'all are saying the same thing, but
I'm not saying 2K should be free. What I'm saying is we should address the VC and microtransactions.
I think the crux of what y'all saying is that the game needs to be more affordable in whatever facet, whether it's free to play or them doing stuff with the VC. Y'all message is essentially the same, but your methodology is different. Excuse me. Y'all are saying the same shit.
No.
That the game, you're saying that the VC is ridiculous. That means the VC's overpriced.
The VC is overpriced and the microtransactions through the roof.
On their side, they feel as though the game could be made more accessible and cheaper if it's free. It is essentially, y'all have two solutions for basically a similar problem.
No, because
it got lost in the way it was delivered, though.
No, because this is the point, Chase. I'm talking about VC and microtransaction. They're talking about a free game. What they're saying is you can still get that same free game and still pay the same amount of prices for the VC.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just telling you that essentially, everybody feels ripped off regardless. Your complaint is VC. Their complaint is at least make the game free. I'm telling y'all, essentially, everybody has nobody is happy with the amount of money that has to be spent in the game. They're attacking it on the free to play side to save money on the front end. You want to save money on the back end. One solution may be better than the other, depending on how it's implemented. But y'all are both talking about saving money, either back end or front end. Honestly, microtransactions are on the back end.
Yes,
free to play on the front end.
Yeah, well, see, and this is the thing, Chase. So I was running it in my head, statistically, right? As far as like looking at it from a financial standpoint. So let's say, for instance, 2K did make the game free to play, right? Now you would be saving $70 and stuff like that. But what happens when VC is even more striped from you and it's put behind a bigger paywall, right?
I'm open to that possibility. I'm just telling you that your tweet, you asked, what is this going to accomplish? We don't know that. All we know are what the possibilities are. One of which you are saying is a possibility is that we pay more money on the back end. So when you ask, like, what is this going to accomplish? There are several things that can be accomplished, but it will fall on 2K to decide how they're going to do it. We have concerns, seeing their track record, that the game is going to ultimately be more expensive based off their history. But they've never done this, so we don't know how they will implement it. That's what I'm saying.
So basically, my views are skewed because I've seen their business practices. Because like
Everybody's views are skewed in one direction or another.
Like I know what they get into, so I be feeling like, yo, they gonna fuck us. Whereas though other people on the other side thinking like, yo, if you make it free to play, they might, you know what I'm saying, do better and start to lower everything around the board if they can make the game free to play.
No, you just don't have to commit to $70 for the experience in the beginning. Let me say this. If they leave the game with its current system the way they've always had it, at the very least, the free to play will not commit somebody $70 for the experience. You save $70 off rip, whether you play the game or not, you save that. That's at the lowest point. That's what it'll do for the game. That's what it'll accomplish. Now we know on the back end, there's a vast majority of things that we can get screwed on. And for the people who stick around, they can actually end up spending more money. So we know that. But if they went with what you said, with skill points and VC being separate and skill points being for your player, and then everything else, animations, clothes and all that, cost and VC, they might have something there. Realistically, we don't know. They might turn around, it might cost dudes $30 for outfits and shit. Ain't no way to know, baby. Y'all paying $20 on Fortnite and shit. Dudes might be open to pay. Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. I seen the shit y'all's bound on Apex. Matter of fact, you in here. Huh? Y'all spent the King's Ransom on Apex, yo.
Huh?
You spent the King's Ransom on Apex, dude.
What you talking about?
See, what's this gonna accomplish? It opens up the door for people like yourself who spend the King's Ransom to bear the weight of the motherfuckers who don't like to pay nothing and still want to play. You the reason, bro. Hey, Chad, it's him, bro. He spent the King's Ransom, and Raunchy did too. We got him a 4K. These dudes are spending egregious amounts,
how much you think I bought? How much you think I spent?
I don't know what an heirloom is, bro. But you said you bought that shit. How much was it?
How much you think I spent? Like
$100?
Nope. Higher or lower?
How much?
Higher or lower? Take the bet. $5 right now. Take the bet.
Higher.
Lower. Give me $5. You know my Cash App. So I spent. Yeah, I spent lower because I had a bunch of Apex coins and stuff saved up and a bunch of Apex tokens and stuff saved up. So basically, it was like a certain amount of packs that you had to buy for the actual Bloodhound like joint. So that's how I ended up getting the heirloom. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like a little deal they was running. It was like a $60 deal. And Raunchy ended up I think he only spent $80 for his.
But you could spend $100 though. If you and Josiah, we know it's free to play, bro. I'm just kind of teasing them.
Yeah.
What's the most you could spend on an heirloom?
The most you could spend on an heirloom is probably if the pack's not fucking with you, at least $300. See,
and this is what I'm saying. Like we have the likes of that, CS:GO, and other games. So the answer becomes that's the possibility in the free-to-play space if they so choose to go in that direction.
Oh, my bad. 500. My bad. Willie B put me on 500 for an heirloom heirloom.
That's a possibility. I'm not saying they're going to do it or they're not. What I'm saying is when you open up the opportunity for free to play, yes, you're going to have a lot of people that get to play for free. They get to level up all their players with skill points and not VC and all that type of stuff and spend nothing. Bro, and I'm going to tell you right now, I play MLB The Show like that. And I get every player that I want without spending money because I play Battle Royale. I know I'm not very valuable to San Diego studios. I'm out here, I spent the 70 and I don't spend shit else. Right. But you know who is valuable? These dudes on the first day that get all the live series players for $1,000. Yeah. That really starts to separate the community from the very committed players to the not so much. But it gives people choice. And I think that's all people want is choice without feeling like they committed. But I don't know where we can look across the industry and say, I want this model. Because if people want the Fortnite model, I just don't know how that's going to work in 2K.
Skill
if you want
points,
the
that's
Apex
only
model,
way.
I don't know how it's going to work. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to eliminate the possibility of a fair system in a free-to-play space with 2K. However, realistically, I already know, like, dude, you end up spending 200, 300, some shit like that. If they go with like the monthly shit, you can fuck around and spend fucking $80 a month. We don't know. We could spend $60 a month on that. We don't know,
Bro.
but the possibility should not be just completely overruled, bro. That's all.
And you know what's crazy, Chase? My son had told me, he was like, yo, Dad, I need you to cancel something for me. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, yo, I need you to cancel my Fortnite joint. I got a little monthly joint that come off my card. I need you to cancel that joint. I'm done playing the game. I said, you done playing Fortnite? He said, yeah, Dad, I'm just done. It's like, I'm about to move on to something else. I was like, oh my God, you're my son. But at the same point, he had my wife paying a monthly fee every month for a certain amount of V-Bucks. Every month, bro. Somehow, some way, this game came out with the auto pay. That you auto pay every single month for V-Bucks. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know it was that deep because I don't play Fortnite.
I don't think anybody is worried about that, because the conversation now becomes, these are all cosmetics and they have no impact on gameplay. And this is why I say a solution can be posed to make gameplay things make those free and make the other shit paid. Now, I know it's fucked up because somebody can be like, so you expect me to be a Legend Brown shirt? I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when the people that sit and they grind your game should not be charged to upgrade their player. I don't know any other video game that I play where it costs you money to upgrade your player. Motherfuckers, you can sit in this bitch and act like you play my career as a 60 all year. Some of y'all do, but you know what? If you go to the park or the rec where your friends play, they not playing with you. The randoms is not playing with you. Realistically, if you got to be, what, 85? Yeah,
No,
85.
Chase, tell them your story, bro. You've been out there. Remember the new point guard build?
Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all, 2K, y'all, the community's so funny, bro. I got a secret account. Bro, if your character ain't dressed a certain way, bro, they not gonna pass you the ball in a wreck. I swear to God, bro. Like the 2K community different. So all this shit, FOMO and all this stuff come in. There's so many unknowns, but this is what we do know. This VC, y'all need to make this shit better. This, again, it needs to be shared amongst your entire 2K. I don't give a fuck if you playing Tiger Woods golf. It's not Tiger Woods. Is it Tiger Woods?
It's 2K
PGA Tour. I'm sorry. PGA 2K, WWE, NBA Playgrounds, all these 2K games need to have a shared VC wallet across all games that carries over forever. That's the key for starters. That's what these are demands from the first. These are day one demands. And second demand, this is never going to happen.
We want to backlog all the way to 2K23 too. We want to backlog because I promise you I got 400K from last year. Sitting somewhere nice.
Yeah. Right. The second demand is that skill points be separated from virtual currency, and that when we all play, I'm not suggesting they change the grind at all. The grind literally remains the same way.
Whoa.
What?
Ooh, that grind. Every build?
No. I'm talking about in regards to money. Not. We would love to make changes to how we get badges.
Okay.
I got something to say about that. But our second demand as a community, because we could agree with this, is that we play the game the way we always play, and at the end of the match, you give us SP, and we use that to get our skill points for free and not VC. Thirdly, 2K community, I just want to talk to y'all real quick. I seen y'all boys on Twitter over the years asking to buy badges because you ain't feel like grinding, bro. If you want them people that you want the game free to play, I pray to God you wasn't asking to spend money on badges because you didn't want to grind.
You want to stack 2K account?
It's a bad look.
You want to stack 2K?
It's a bad look.
I do not like how 2K is. I don't like what's going on. I don't like the microtransactions. But we human, and we can admit at moments we be hypocritical. I have said I am willing to buy badges only because, bro, I'm tired of grinding the same exact way, bro. I'm tired of it. I've been doing the same rinse, wash, and repeat grinding since 2K17, bro. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. So I was like, man, you know what? Just give me the motherfucking badges.
See, but that's the
Yeah.
problem. That's why we're not getting a free to play, because people are asking for ways to spend more money.
Just give me the badges, man.
You're asking to spend more money.
Where's
This
the
is
government?
why
We
it's
need them,
never
bro.
gonna
The
happen.
government need to save me from myself, bro.
Trey,
Bring
you're
on the
part of the
regulation, bro.
problem.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. I've seen so many different things. And the conversations are nice. You know, I appreciate people's perspective, regardless. I don't want to rule anybody out, but asking to buy badges and then asking for 2K to make the game cheaper at the same time is it just sounds funny, because you're asking to spend more money.
God.
Like, I don't.
People,
Can't help. I'm tired of shooting 100 3-pointers, bro.
Oh no, we
Give
don't
me
like
the
that
badge.
shit.
Hey, I remember when I met Trey Drop 'em off and I met Trey Bug. Like, I remember meeting dudes.
Hey, in this video.
Yeah, we went on for an hour, bro. I don't, this
Yeah.
conversation's not going to do anything. But God damn it, we gonna talk on this bitch. I want to establish something, because why y'all? Because I want to fucking talk on here. You ain't got to sit in this bitch. You can get your ass out of here. Excuse us for having a conversation and having people, have a thought-provoking conversation about the hobbies that we love to enjoy. I thought that's why we got on YouTube in the first place.
Tell him,
Stupid
Chase.
bitch.
Tell him.
You always got some stupid shit to say. You can't even talk. But if I get on this hoe and show my
Hey,
ass,
son,
motherfuckers want to
find
watch.
out. Let me know.
Talk to him, Chase.
Nah, that's it.
Nah.
No,
So
2K. Fix your VC, bro. Fix your VC. It's ridiculous, bro. $100 a bill? No, sir. No, sir.
So, any final thoughts before I say my shit?
No, I just gave him, bro. The VC is ridiculous, bro. Make nobody gonna complain that the VC is more affordable or stretches out further. If somebody complain about that, then they shouldn't even be talking to anybody.
All right. So, for me, guys, I just want to say two things. I'm a very chill person via social media. I really don't be on it like that. I only use it to promote my content most of the time. Sometimes I do get back to certain fans and stuff like that. But when I engage in conversations and debates and stuff like that, again, this is me speaking up for my character. I don't want your argument with me about the games that I play to be, oh, you only saying good things because the company is paying you. You have been silenced. I don't want you to also say that, oh, well, you make YouTube videos, you can afford it. I'm still a consumer like you. And the last thing that I don't want you to do is to bring up me and my personal character because you don't know me from a can of fucking paint. You hear me? And that's all I'm gonna say, because I can get real disrespectful, and I try not to be disrespectful to people because I know people are people. But don't disrespect me, because when I see you in person, I want to check you. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing?
Man, you know what I'm doing, man.
What are you doing?
You know what I'm doing, man.
Wrap it up,
Nah,
man.
I don't
Wrap it up.
know what
Wrap
you
it
doing.
up,
Yo,
man.
what is he doing? What are you doing, bro?
We love you though, guys. We do.
Yeah,
But
man. I don't even know what you
again-
like. What did that accomplish, sir?
hey, man, just want to let people know who I am as a person.
Yeah, but you're talking to yourself and you're looking in your room. You're not talking to them, man. Get in the video, man. This was constructive. You fucked my video up, bro. Get out, bro. He just ruined my goddamn video. Y'all see, that's why I'll be talking to people like that. You see what he just did? He ruined everything we just talked about.
That's why I'll
with
be
this
talking to
bullshit at the
people,
end.
bro. That's why I'll be talking to people,
what
bro.
What are you doing, bro?
Hey, man, listen, 2K, this is a message to y'all. We know that y'all have people that you have to pay. You have shareholders. You have brands that you have to pay to get put in your video game because they're not paying you to be in your game. We completely understand that. But there is a definite disconnect from the VC prices in the video game. A size up costs 250 VC per size up. To go one attribute higher, it costs 77,000. I don't know what happened on that sliding scale where it got so astronomically separated. A size up costs 250 VC. An attribute point costs 77,000. Meet somewhere in the middle, please, because that is egregious. I'm not saying that the game needs to be free to play. I'm saying that VC prices and microtransactions have to be looked at by your team of I don't know if it's like a budget team, accountants, whomever, but that virtual currency is out of pocket. Please just address that, and we can talk about other gameplay changes that need to be made to make the game better.
Because you're making people pay for physicals. I don't understand what that's about, but yeah.
Yes. Yes. And
let me say this last thing, please.
Yes.
Everything about 2K feels free to play. So people saying fuck it, just go all in. The entire experience from top to bottom. You get on, modes get rubbed in your face. God forbid you accidentally click my team in the menus. You gonna sit through this whole tutorial. Bro, when you get on, if there's a VC sale, they put VC all in your face. You get everything feels free to play about the game. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Everything feels free to play. There's ads all in your face and all that type of shit. They had unskippable ads on some of those games. Everything about it feels free to play. So I think at the ultimately, that's why people saying y'all already doing this shit. Just go all in. Anyway.
Yo, remember the Snowfall commercial?
Yo, it was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. You asking me, and then y'all asking me trivia in the menus while the game load, and you giving me 50 VC for getting it right, but that's not going to be near enough that I need to get a size up. 4 size ups cost you $1 of real money. Yo, get me off this video, bro. Get me out. Get me out. I'm sorry, y'all. Get me out, bro.
Hey, chat. We love y'all. We will see y'all next time. We will all be live somewhere: Twitch, Facebook Gaming, YouTube. When's the next super secret stream, Chase? They'll never know until you go live, huh?
I don't do nothing but yell it the whole time anyway. So, yeah.